You're not supposed to be happy, and you're not supposed to be content, and you're not supposed to be satisfied. Because you're sitting there going, why am I not happy? Why am I not satisfied? Why am I so miserable? That's exactly how you're supposed to be. I don't know where anyone got this idea that life was created and God created us all and built this entire world for us to sit here and just smile all day. Like children. No, you had your happy years when you were a toddler, when you got that cardboard box to play with, and you didn't appreciate them and you wasted them, and now they're all gone. You're an adult. All your happiness is gone. You're not allowed any anymore. You are supposed to feel frustrated. You're supposed to feel like there's so much that needs to be done. You're supposed to feel like you could have so much more from your life. You're supposed to feel motivated and on fire. You're supposed to feel lots of things, but not necessarily happy. I would say, although my life is basically perfect, I wouldn't call myself happy. I don't like that. Am I content? Yes. Am I absolutely capable? Do I have everything I've ever wanted? Yes. Do I have everything I've ever wished for? Can I have anything I desire to have? Absolutely. Am I respected? Yes. But do I wake up every day like, not really. And I think the people who do that are not particularly successful people. If you are constantly chasing happiness, you are going to fail. If you're constantly chasing happiness, you're going to end up doing hedonistic, dumb shit. You end up drinking, taking drugs, doing anything it takes to feel happy. If you're constantly chasing respect or importance, perhaps you will have a far more remarkable life filled with achievements. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to be an important man who is respected, or do you want to be happy? And this is a really interesting question. We can talk about this at length. Is Putin happy? I don't know. I mean, he has a lot on his plate. I'm sure Putin's plate is very full, but he is respected, and he is feared, and he's important, and his word matters. It's kind of interesting because I actually believe that respect is more important than happiness for men, and most men who are happy but not respected, it's temporary dumb shit, but men who are truly respected don't need to chase happiness because when you talk, people listen. How could you be happy as a man if when you say things, nobody listens to you? You say X and your wife ignores you, your kids ignore you, and all the men around you laugh. Oh, sure, you can take some drugs after that to be happy. But are you truly happy in your heart? No, you're going to be happy when you're respected. So stop being obsessed with this idea of happiness. A lot of guys say to me, oh, I don't feel happy, I don't feel good, I don't feel well. Good. You're supposed to be depressed, you're supposed to be miserable because you're losing. And if what will happen is, if you work really hard and dedicate yourself and become a winner, then you will be not depressed and not miserable, but you'll be extremely preoccupied and concerned with your empire, but at least your word will mean something. And never at any point are you going to laugh and giggle like a 2-year-old toddler did. And that's fine, because you're not supposed to. Because men who act that way are weird. You find me a guy who turns up on time every time with a miserable look on his face and does his job. That's the kind of guy I want. Doesn't matter if he crashes his car. Doesn't matter if his house gets bombed. It's just another day, another shit day, another shit sandwich. Gotta go to work and get my work done. That's competence. You don't need happiness to be competent. So, happiness is for girls and kids. You're a man. If you don't feel happy, good, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to feel respected. And you're going to do that via competence, masculine achievement, hard work, dedication, and becoming somebody worth respect. What else are we alive for? What's the point in all of this if it's not to leave a positive mark on the world? What's the point of any of it? And what's the point in having children if they're not going to replicate you? Which means you have a duty to your kids to be as fantastic as possible. I can only hope my children are as good as I am, let alone better. Do you understand how important it is for humanity as a whole that there are 10 Andrew Tates in the future? Not 1, 10. Do you understand how important that is? I have a duty to them to flawlessly perform. People say to me, Andrew, you should shut up, they're going to put you in jail. If I shut up, I may not go to jail, but then I do not get to propagate my ideals, I do not get to show bravery to my offspring, I do not get to leave a mark on humanity. You think I'm afraid of a fucking jail cell? I'm afraid of eternal insignificance, which is fostered from cowardice, because that is the life most of you men are living. You are too cowardly to do the difficult things which must be done to garner respect from allies and enemies alike, and you are going to be forgotten. You are never going to be remembered. Your sons will never wake up every day thinking, I have to be as good as dad. I have to try harder. This is why I quit drinking. People often ask me, Andrew, why'd you quit drinking? Because I have things to do now. When I was younger, the world was a very different place. 10, 15 years ago, the entire world was different than it is now. I don't feel like I've gotten older. I feel like the world has actually genuinely changed. And now we're in an age where the oncoming enslavement is so palatable. You can feel it, you can smell it, you can touch it. All you can possibly be doing is preparing for war. I'm a billionaire with unlimited finance who can do anything. And I spend most of my day training, making money, and educating my sons on how difficult their life's gonna be. You have a lot less money and resource and capability and fame and knowledge and intellect than me. What are you doing with your time? You should be dedicating even more time to these things than I am. What are you doing with your time? Be honest. Going to the bar. Whoa, a girl! You're always going to feel empty until you just admit what you really want. And the beauty of it is, you can't believe that these things are owed to you, because they're not. The beauty about it is these things must be earned. People say women are ruined and feminism's destroyed them. It's true. Women are ruined to the point that their standards are now much higher. You can get a woman who will dedicate her life to you and trust you completely, but you have to be that guy. And you can make money, but you have to be that guy. And you can be feared by your enemies, but you have to be that guy. Things have changed. The difficulty has been turned up. The winners will get higher scores than ever before. The losers will be decimated in real time. The Western world is collapsing. Slavery is coming for everybody. And you need to at least be perspicacious enough to see all of this coming and indefatigable enough to work endlessly to do your best to resist. And your primary objective should be to have enough sons who will go into history and become fantastic enough for them to discuss who their father was. My father is still talked about every single day somewhere on the internet, not only because of his achievements, but because of who I am. The most common question I get asked by men is, why am I unhappy? And the answer isn't an answer they like, but I'm going to tell you all one more time why you feel empty and unhappy inside. It's because you deserve it. Because you're a loser. Because you haven't tried hard enough. Because you're not significant enough. Because that hole in your heart will never be filled by the garbage and asinine bullshit you're doing with your life. Because nobody respects you and women don't pine after you. You don't have endless children from endless supermodels. You haven't achieved enough. Your name isn't respected. You're a fucking nobody. If I was you, I'd be unhappy too. And you deserve that unhappiness. And that unhappiness should be endless fire and motivation for you to do whatever it takes to get ahead. If I am outworking you and I'm already at the top of the mountain, how do you expect to ever get up here? At the absolute highest echelon of human achievement, I am still outworking you. I am not distracted by the things you're distracted by. I've got a huge head start. And if you ever want to feel truly content in your heart, if you ever want to look in the mirror and understand no matter what they do to me, if they put me in jail, if they attack me online, if they lie about me, if the BBC prints bullshit, if they matrix attack me, if they take my money, no matter what they do to me, I'm still that guy. It's only going to be achieved via hard work.